Pranam. Today we are going to meditate upon a very powerful subject. It is called Parmeshthi. Parmeshthi is a very unique concept which needs to be understood carefully. As a tradition, Parmeshthi is included in Parmeshthi Namaskar Sutra. It's a sutra. The word sutra itself means that in a synopsis, in a very few words or a few lines, you can convey a lot of information. That is the essence of a sutra. And this Parmeshthi Namaskar Sutra is considered to contain the essence of all the knowledge of the universe and of spirituality and of everything. It is all encompassing. And this sutra is popularly presented as Namaskar Mantra or Navkar Mantra. This Namaskar Mantra describes 5 categories of Parmeshthi. In the traditional language, they are called Arihant, Siddha, Acharya, Upadhyay and Sadhu. And their narrations are Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayaryanam, Namo Uvajayanam and Namo Loesavasahunam. The classical meaning of these narrations is that I bow down to these 5 Parmeshthis. That is why it is known as Namaskar Sutra or Namaskar Mantra, because the essence is bowing down, of surrendering to the Parmeshthis. And usually we look at these Parmeshthis as entities, as external units or concepts. Alright, that means we have say a Acharya and we visualize that Acharya as a person, or we visualize a sadhu, or we visualize a arihant, or we visualize a siddha. But there is another way of meditating on the 5 Parmeshthis. So let us look at the other way of meditating on these Parmeshthis. In chronological order or in a sequential order, we start the recitation by Namo Arihantanam. But for understanding and for our inner evolution, we start from the 5th Parmeshthi, that is Namo Loesavasahunam. What do we infer by this? Namo Loesavasahunam is the Parmeshthi of an ascetic or a sadhu. Who is a sadhu? Sadhu cannot be just recognized from his external clothes or his external behavior. Sadhu is someone who has special qualities. And the special quality of a sadhu is one who is trying or is aligning to the truth. One who is trying to align himself to reality. One who is trying to understand what is Satya or truth and what is Mithya or what is false. This is a very powerful statement, a very powerful theory. When you meditate on this point, what is right and what is wrong, what is truth and what is false, it sets you thinking. And that is where this Parmeshthi comes in the picture, your meditation comes into the picture, your spiritual efforts come into the picture. Because if you are not aligned, there are chances that you may do something which is not true or not fully true, and you may wander on a path which may lead you to something undesirable. So it is very important to meditate on this Parmeshthi as a virtue within you. You have to develop that virtue, that ability to differentiate what is true and false. And the best way to do it is to feel it. Because intellectually we are not developed enough to really understand what is true and what is false, because there are lots of logics and we can get confused. But feelings never lie. Just like a honeybee is attracted to a real flower because of the nature of the real flower, and it would not go to an artificial flower. Similarly, our inner virtues, our soul is empowered to align to what is right. So when we start feeling what is right and what is wrong, it never goes wrong. After aligning to what is right and what is wrong, then comes the next Parmeshthi, that is Namo Uvajjayanam. That means Upadhyaya. This Sanskrit term means Upa Adhyan, means one who studies himself, one who studies what is inside him, one who studies his soul, and also he teaches others to study the soul. That is Upadhyaya. So what do we have to study? How do we study the soul? That is an important question. And the answer comes through what is known as soulfulness or soul meditation. So after aligning to what is right and what is wrong, one has to learn the art of going inwards. That is very important. That is the importance of this Parmeshthi. Now once you have learned the art of going inwards, then we move on to the next Parmeshthi. That is the Parmeshthi of Acharya. Namo Ayariyanam. Now, Acharya is perceived as a very senior monk, ascetic, a senior guru who has mastered the arts of spirituality, the science of spirituality. But what is important is that the knowledge or the art or the science, it translates into behavior. That is the essence of Acharya Parmeshthi. That means your behavior, your every action should be spiritual. So when you meditate on Acharya Parmeshthi, you will understand that when spirituality comes into you, when your actions, your behavior are aligned, you become effortless. It is called Sahaja and Sarala. You become simple also in your ways. There is simplicity. You let go of all the complexities of life. And that is what gives you the power of the Acharya Parmeshthi. After that, we move on to the fourth level, where Arihant Parmeshthi comes into the picture. Namo Arihantanam. We bow down to Arihantas, that's okay. But we also imbibe and absorb the virtues of Arihanta. And from the Parmeshthi angle, what do we have to absorb? We have to absorb the essence of Arihantas. What is the essence? The essence of Arihantas are one who is free from raga or attachment and dvesha or repulsion. In life, if you observe, you are always caught in this duality. Either you like something or you dislike something. Okay? And when you like something, also you get into a karmic bondage. When you dislike something, you get into a karmic bondage and you are never set free. So, Arihanta Parmeshthi teaches you to break free of the rag and dvesh cycle. And only when you break free, these inner enemies will stop harassing you, will stop polluting your virtues, and you can experience the illumination, the pure knowledge, the light that is inside you. That is the Arihant Parmeshthi. And after that comes the fifth and the last Parmeshthi in sequence of the evolution. The last Parmeshthi are the Siddhas, the Siddha Parmeshthi. Namo Siddhanam. We bow down to Siddhas, that is accepted, but we absorb the virtues, the energy of the Siddha. That is what Parmeshthi is teaching us. And Namo Siddhanam teaches us to be free of karma energy, or what is the impure karma energy. This subject is very deep, and karma energy is known as the energy of manifestation. That means whatever you are now or whatever you will be, it is all governed by karmic energy. So only when the impure karmic energy is purged out of your system can you hope to be free of impure karma. You can be a Siddha or the completely evolved soul. So if you want to attain that state of complete evolution, you will have to follow this sequence right from Namo Loe Savasahuram to Namo Siddhanam. The sequence itself will inspire you to align to what is right, to practice the correct methods of self-evolution, and you can expect what is the right result, okay, out of it. So, friends, this is a different category of understanding Pancha Parmeshthi, or understanding the deeper meanings of Panch Parmeshthi Namaskar Sutra. And this is the science from the enlightened masters. This is a science from the Siddhas or the Mahajinas. Okay, Siddhas are also called as Mahajinas. So bowing down to all of them, Mahajinam Namostubhyam Mama Shanti Shanti Shanti.